Harold Whitmore, a 72-year-old retired train engineer, spent his life mastering the rhythm of steel and motion. But one quiet Sunday morning, his own smartphone left him stranded. His granddaughter was calling from college to show him her new dorm room, and Harold tried to answer, but the phone refused to unlock. His trembling fingers, the tiny icons, the endless updates, all stood between him and the sound of her laughter. For Harold, it wasn't just a missed call. It felt like missing a moment he could never get back. That sting of helplessness is something many seniors know too well. Devices meant to connect us sometimes make us feel shut out instead. But what if the problem isn't you? It's how the tech is designed. If you've ever felt your smartphone makes life harder instead of easier, stay with me, the reasons might surprise you. And before we start, please hit that like button. It helps more seniors like you discover these life-changing tech fixes. Meet Harold Whitmore, 72 years old, a retired train engineer from Kansas City who still keeps a shelf of miniature locomotives in his living room. Each one tells a story. The whistle of his first night shift in 1973, the pride of teaching a new apprentice, the quiet joy of watching steel and time move in harmony. Now retired, Harold lives alone in a cozy brick house filled with memories and the smell of morning coffee. His smartphone has become his window to the world, the place where his grandkids send him photos, his daughter checks in from Chicago, and his old railway buddies share jokes that make him laugh out loud. But beneath that connection lies a quiet frustration. Some mornings, the phone just won't cooperate. Passwords vanish. Icons move. Notifications pop up like riddles. For a man who once commanded 1,000-ton trains, losing control of a tiny screen feels strangely humbling. And yet, Harold isn't giving up. He wants to keep up. Not to chase trends, but to stay close to the people he loves. When his granddaughter shows him how to zoom in on a photo or how to video chat, his eyes light up like he's learning a new instrument. That spark, that hunger to stay connected, is something millions of seniors share. They don't fear technology. They just need it to speak their language. Harold's struggles with his phone are the same ones millions of seniors face every day. And the good news is, every one of them has a simple fix. Struggle number 1. Too many options, not enough clarity. For Harold, the moment he unlocks his smartphone feels like opening a treasure chest filled with mystery buttons. There are icons everywhere. Tiny squares stacked in colorful rows, each one promising something important, but most doing nothing he recognizes. One wrong tap and he's deep in a settings menu that looks like the cockpit of a jet plane. Notifications flash, software updates appear out of nowhere, and before he knows it, his excitement turns into hesitation. What started as a tool to stay connected now feels like a puzzle designed to confuse him. It's not just Harold, millions of seniors feel the same. Smartphones were meant to make life easier, yet the endless options often do the opposite. Every icon, every swipe, every pop-up demands attention, creating noise instead of clarity. Imagine walking into a library where every book has the same cover. That's exactly what navigating a cluttered phone feels like. It's no wonder so many seniors avoid exploring beyond the basics like calls or messages. But here's the comforting truth. The problem isn't you, it's the design. And the fix is far simpler than most realize. Every smartphone, whether iPhone or Android, comes with a built-in easy mode or simplified mode. When Harold turned his phone suddenly felt like an old friend. The screen became cleaner, the text larger, and only his favorite 6 icons, calls, photos, messages, YouTube, camera, and WhatsApp, remained on his home screen. No clutter, no confusion, no unnecessary apps begging for attention. Just what he needed right where he needed it. If you're a senior or helping one, this is your first victory step. Go into your phone settings and search for Easy Mode. Turn it on and instantly clear the noise. It's like giving your phone a friendly facelift. Now, here's something to try. Pick your top 6 to 9 apps, the ones you actually use daily, and remove the rest from your home screen. You'll be amazed at how much calmer and more enjoyable your phone suddenly feels. Have you tried your phone's easy mode yet? Comment yes if you'd like us to show you step-by-step how to turn it on, or not yet if you didn't even know it existed. Number 2. Tiny texts, blinding screens. For Harold, reading a message from his granddaughter used to be the highlight of his day, until one morning, he found himself squinting, holding the phone farther and farther away. The words were small, almost dancing on the screen, and the brightness felt like staring into a flashlight. He laughed it off at first, blaming his glasses or the morning sun, but deep down he felt something familiar: frustration. "It's like my phone is whispering secrets I can't hear anymore," he said, half joking, half defeated. The struggle goes beyond inconvenience. For many seniors, smartphones feel designed for younger eyes. Tiny fonts, sharp lights, and complex visuals that make something as simple as reading a message feel like decoding fine print. It's not that they're too old for tech. It's that the tech rarely remembers who it's meant to serve. And when your phone starts feeling more like an obstacle than a helper, it quietly chips away at your confidence. The fix, however, is refreshingly simple and surprisingly powerful. Every smartphone today has settings that can turn that frustration into comfort within seconds. On both iPhone and Android, go to Display and Text Size in your settings. There, you'll find options like bold text and larger accessibility sizes. These aren't just fancy features, they're life-changing adjustments. Suddenly, words appear crisp, bold, and clear. Messages don't blur into the background anymore. They pop off the screen like headlines in a favorite newspaper. But clarity isn't just about size, it's also about comfort. That's where dark mode and the blue light filter come in. Turning on dark mode softens the harsh white backgrounds that strain your eyes, especially at night. The blue light filter, on the other hand, adds a warm tone to your display, reducing glare and helping you sleep better after those late-night YouTube videos or chats with loved ones. And here's something new: with the 2025 update, many newer phones now include adaptive vision mode. This smart feature automatically adjusts your screen brightness and color temperature based on your environment and vision needs. For seniors like Harold, it means no more sudden flashes of light or unreadable screens in dim rooms. Your phone learns to adapt to you. Try it yourself. Open your settings and spend just 5 minutes exploring these options. The difference will surprise you. But visibility isn't the only issue. Sometimes the real problem is the noise we can't control. Struggle number 3, notification overload, the digital noise. Harold used to start his mornings the same way every day, with a quiet cup of coffee by the window, watching the sunrise and listening to the distant hum of passing trains. But lately, that peace had been hijacked. Before he could even take his first sip, his phone buzzed. Then again, and again. 10, 15, 20 alerts, all before breakfast. News headlines he didn't remember subscribing to, random app reminders, and social media pings that meant nothing to him. It's like trying to enjoy a calm morning coffee while 10 strangers shout your name, he said with a tired smile. For many seniors, the constant barrage of notifications turns a helpful device into a source of anxiety. What's supposed to connect you instead starts to control you. Every beep feels urgent, every vibration demands attention, even though most of them don't really matter. And over time, that digital noise chips away at your focus, patience, and sense of calm. The truth is, not every app deserves your attention, and your phone doesn't have to sound like a casino every minute of the day. The fix is simple. Turn off non-essential notifications and let your phone serve you again, not the other way around. Here's how. Go into Settings, Notifications, then go down your list of apps. Keep only the ones that truly matter: calls, messages, and reminders. These are the essentials. Everything else? Turn them off. You don't need to know when someone liked a post or when an app wants you to come back. Next, activate Focus Mode or Do Not Disturb on some phones. This feature lets you silence everything except what you choose. Set it for your rest hours, meal times, or even just your morning coffee. You'll still get calls from family or emergencies, but everything else stays quiet until you're ready. When Harold tried it for the first time, he expected to miss the noise. Instead, he described something beautiful. The silence felt like freedom. Suddenly, his mornings were peaceful again. He read his newspaper in peace, sipped his coffee slowly, and only heard the notifications that actually mattered. like when his granddaughter called. It's amazing how much better life feels when your phone stops shouting and starts listening. So here's a little challenge for you. How many notifications do you think you get in a day? Take a guess, then comment it below. You might be shocked by the number. Struggle number 4. Fear of breaking the phone. Harold once stared at his phone like it was a ticking time bomb. Every time a new update popped up or a feature changed, he froze. One wrong button and it's gone forever, he would say, half joking, half serious. That fear isn't unique to him. It's something millions of seniors quietly share. Many grew up fixing real engines, not digital ones. You could open a train engine, see what was wrong, and fix it with your hands. But phones? They're tiny, mysterious, and fragile, or at least they seem that way. This fear has a cost. It keeps seniors from exploring features that could make life easier, tools for health tracking, reminders, video calls, and even voice messages. Instead, they play it safe, staying inside the few apps they understand. It's like owning a luxury car but only driving it in first gear. The truth is, smartphones aren't as fragile as they feel. You can't break them by tapping the wrong thing. Unless, as Harold jokes, you're using a hammer. Here's the simple truth. Almost everything you do on a phone can be undone. Accidentally moved an app? Hold it and drag it back. Changed a setting? There's a reset settings option under your system menu that brings everything back to normal. Deleted something important? Most phones have a recently deleted folder that holds files for up to 30 days. You're not destroying anything, you're just learning how to navigate. The key is to adopt what we call the undo mindset. Every mistake is fixable and every wrong tap is a lesson, not a disaster. Think of your phone like a sandbox, a safe space to explore. Try pressing new buttons, opening new menus, or even experimenting with accessibility tools. The more you tap, the more confident you'll feel. And if you still feel unsure, meet your best safety net. Voice assistants. Siri, Google Assistant, or even the newer Google Gemini can guide you through almost anything. Just say, "Hey Google, how do I reset my phone's brightness?" Or Siri, undo my last change. They're patient, polite, and never roll their eyes, even when you ask the same question 5 times. Once Harold realized he couldn't actually break anything, he began exploring his phone freely. He discovered features he never knew existed, like dictating texts hands-free and setting alarms with his voice. He said it best, "Turns out, I wasn't bad at tech. I was just scared of ghosts that weren't real." Fear fades the moment confidence begins. And with every safe tap and small win, you stop being a user and start being in control. But sometimes the struggle isn't about fear at all. It's about trust. And that's where the next challenge hits even harder. Struggle number 5. Privacy worries and scam fears. Harold still remembers that night. The text message came around 9:47 p.m. It said, "Your bank account has been locked. Click here to verify your identity." His heart raced. He checked his wallet. He opened his banking app. Everything looked fine, yet something about the message felt urgent. He didn't sleep that night. He kept checking his phone, waiting for another alert that never came. That single message, fake of course, stole more peace than money ever could. And Harold isn't alone. According to an AARP report in 2025, 68% of senior tech users worry about online scams every single day. It's not paranoia, it's protection, because the truth is, scammers have gotten smarter, faster, and far more personal. They now mimic banks, insurance companies, delivery services, even grandchildren. Their messages sound real because they are copied from real ones. The emotional toll of these scams runs deep. It's not just about money, it's about trust. Seniors who fall for scams often feel ashamed or isolated, afraid others will think they should have known better. But here's the truth. Even tech experts fall for scams sometimes. The difference is they know how to spot and stop them, and that's exactly what Harold learned next. He started following what he now calls the rule of 3 simple habits that can save anyone from falling into a digital trap. 1. Never click links in texts or emails, no matter how official they look. Instead, go directly to the app or website yourself. 2. Never share one-time codes or passwords, even if the message seems urgent. Banks will never ask for that over text. 3. Never answer unknown calls or messages. If it's truly important, they'll leave a voicemail or follow up another way. These 3 habits built what Harold calls his digital seatbelt. And with every scam attempt he avoided, his confidence grew stronger. The good news? Modern phones are learning to protect their users, too. The new fraud alert mode introduced in 2025 on both Android and iPhone automatically flags suspicious texts and calls, showing a bright red warning before you even open them. It even allows one-tap reporting. Just hit report spam and move on with your day. Think of it as your phone's built-in security guard. Harold says the peace of mind he feels now is priceless. It's not that scams disappeared, he explains. It's that I stopped being their target. And maybe that's the most powerful lesson here. Technology doesn't just connect us. It can protect us, too, when we know how to use it wisely. Have you ever received a strange message or call like that? Tell us what you did. Your story might help someone else stay safe. Struggle number 6. Learning alone. Giving up too soon. There's a quiet kind of frustration many seniors never talk about. The loneliness of learning alone. Harold knew it well. After retiring, he often sat at his kitchen table, his smartphone glowing beside a half-empty cup of coffee. Tutorials on YouTube went too fast. His grandkids were too busy, and every mistake made him feel like maybe, just maybe, he wasn't meant for this digital age. One evening, while scrolling through Facebook, Harold stumbled on a post from another retiree who wrote, "I spent 2 hours trying to send one email. Anyone else still learning?" That single line hit home. For the first time, Harold realized he wasn't the only one feeling left behind. That's when everything changed. In 2025, a new trend quietly began spreading across the US, something called digital coffee clubs. They started small. A few seniors meeting at libraries, churches, and community halls with laptops and coffee mugs in hand. No tests, no judgment, no pressure, just conversation, laughter, and learning together. Someone would ask how to update an app. Another would share a trick for remembering passwords. It was tech education, but with warmth and patience. Today, these clubs, along with senior tech circles supported by AARP and local libraries, have become safe havens for older adults rediscovering their confidence. Members share one golden rule: you're not behind. You're just building your bridge forward. Harold joined his local group and said it felt like finding family again. The laughter, the shared mistakes, the moments of victory, like when someone finally joined their first video call, all reminded him that learning isn't about speed, it's about staying curious. If you don't have a local group nearby, don't worry. Technology brings the classroom to you. There are now Facebook groups, Reddit communities, and even dedicated YouTube channels built just for seniors learning tech at their own pace. In fact, that's exactly why we created this channel, wiseTech Seniors. A growing community where age isn't a barrier. It's a badge of wisdom. You can ask questions, share tips, and connect with others who get it. The truth is, no one should feel alone in the digital world. You don't need to learn everything overnight. You just need a space where you can take your time, be understood, and maybe even laugh when autocorrect turns "love you" into lobster. So next time you feel like giving up, remember Harold and thousands of others like him, who started by asking one simple question: is anyone else still learning? Because the answer is yes. Millions are. And now they're learning together. Struggle number 7. Thinking, it's too late for me. There's a quiet ache behind the struggle. The feeling that time has passed and the world has moved on without you. Harold used to sit by his window, watching his grandkids grow up through pictures his daughter sent. He'd smile, but inside, there was a small sting, the kind that comes from realizing you don't quite understand the world they live in anymore. One evening, after another missed call and a few failed swipes on his phone, he sighed and muttered the words so many seniors have whispered, "Maybe it's too late for me." That sentence carried more than frustration. It carried loss. Loss of connection, of confidence, of relevance. But something shifted the next day. His granddaughter, Emily, mailed him a handwritten note with one line that changed everything. "Grandpa, I don't need you to be perfect with your phone. I just want to see your face." So Harold tried again. Slowly this time. He watched a few tutorials, wrote notes on sticky paper, practiced answering video calls until it felt natural. And one Sunday morning, when Emily's name flashed on the screen, he tapped accept. Her little face appeared, smiling and waving, and Harold froze for a moment. Not out of fear, but out of pure joy. He laughed and said, "Technology didn't replace connection. It brought it back to my hands." That moment erased years of self-doubt. It wasn't about mastering gadgets or becoming tech-savvy. It was about reclaiming something deeper, the ability to stay close to the people who mattered most. Every Sunday since, Harold now FaceTimes his family. They joke, they share stories, they eat breakfast together across states. That's the real gift of technology. Not complexity, but connection. If you've ever thought it's too late for you, Harold's story proves the opposite. Every small victory, sending a text, joining a video call, learning a new app, is proof that your mind is still growing, your heart is still reaching, and your story is still being written. The truth is, you only fail when you stop trying. Age doesn't make you outdated. It makes you experienced, resilient, and beautifully human. And when you pair that wisdom with even a little curiosity, technology becomes more than a tool. It becomes a bridge back to life. So if you've been hesitating to learn, remember Harold's journey. Because it's never too late to start, especially when what you're learning is something made for your happiness. The resolution from struggle to strength. Harold doesn't panic when his screen freezes anymore. He smiles, breathes, and says, "All right, let's try that again." There's a calmness to him now, a confidence that didn't come from a class or a gadget, but from persistence. One morning, he noticed his neighbor, Mrs. Thompson, standing outside, frowning at her new smartphone. She said softly, "I think I broke it." Harold chuckled and replied, "Trust me, I've been there." Together, they fixed her settings, turned on easy mode, and when her phone finally worked, she looked at him the same way his granddaughter once had, with gratitude. That's when it hit him. He didn't just fix his phone. He fixed the fear that once held him back. He no longer saw his device as a wall between generations, but as a bridge. The same phone that once made him feel old now makes him feel useful, capable, and connected. And every message he sends or call he makes carries that quiet victory. Proof that growth doesn't stop at any age. Your smartphone isn't the problem. It just needs a little patience, personalization, and practice. The same ingredients that make anything worth learning. Once you make it your tool, not the other way around, everything starts to click. Every simplified setting, every small win, every brave, "let's try again" moment adds up to something powerful: independence. If the story gave you even a small spark of confidence, imagine what it could do for someone else who's silently struggling. Right now, there's a senior somewhere, maybe your parent, your uncle, or even a kind neighbor, sitting in front of their phone, staring at the screen, wondering if they'll ever truly get the hang of it. They're not lacking ability. They just need someone to believe they can. That's where you come in. You can be the bridge between them and a world of connection waiting on the other side of that screen. So before you scroll away, take a second. Hit that like button to let YouTube know this kind of content matters. Share this video with a senior in your life who deserves to feel confident, connected, and capable again. Because trust me, that one share could be the turning point that changes how they see technology and themselves. And if you're new here, welcome to wiseTech Seniors, the place where we turn confusion into confidence and help every senior discover that tech isn't something to fear. It's something to feel proud of mastering. Subscribe now and join our growing family of learners, proving that it's never too late to learn, laugh, and level up with technology. Remember, every tap, swipe, or click isn't just a digital move. It's a step toward independence, joy, and connection. You've got this. And now it's your turn to help someone else say the same.